Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda Hero, like defender of the fatherland, off to glorious 1v1 on Twin Beaches. Your favorite beaches. Unless, of course, they're the Omaha beaches. In the north, San Charlotte, or previously known as Victorique, fighting here for the Wehrmacht of Germany. Deutschland here with the 90th Panzergrenadier, 5th Panzergrenadier Company, 91st Panzergrenadier Regiment. Here with a Pioneer Grenadier start. Very much similar to the opening side go for. I prefer double Pioneers as well. In the south, we have Dyer fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, the 1st Invasion A Company. With a double Sapper start here to extra capping power in the early game. And of course, because Sappers really just beat up a lot of units up close quarters in the early game as well. So I mean, two of them tends to be a good investment, particularly once you get flamethrowers going there. Pioneers sending out there, big Grenadiers moving out here with the Night Fighter skin, which is part of the current Twitch Premium offering, which you can just grab with the trial, by the way. I did that myself. So, all the way moving forward here with some nice little details, a bit of camouflage, and a set of helmet straps there. I believe they were meant for carrying the helmet. I suppose they could also be used to sort of stuff foliage into, put a bit of camouflage. So, heading out north-south, Grenadiers moving towards the centre. Infantry section out, another Grenadiers got on the way there for Charlotte. Got the section moving forward to the Lee Enfield rifle, and of course the Webley revolver. Digging in around the centre. Could lay down some sandbags around here. I typically do that with my Grenadiers, since the light car will just, provide protection from the enemy using the cover against me. So, first class could be happening in the centre. There we go. Grenadiers catching in the section. First shots fired off there. No significant damage. We're going to get into the heavy cover. First section closing in here, but this could give the Grenadiers a bit of luck here to maybe drop someone. If not, this section should have the best. Oh, there we go. One man drops dead here. That is pretty big here for the Grenadiers. Pretty big. Definitely nice engagement suddenly here for the Germans, in particular they get another drop here. And there you go, just in retreating. Die decide. The situation is too dire. Up north here, Pioneers about to run to the Sappers here. Mark II Sten guns versus the MP40s. We got breakthrough here with the MP40 upgrade for the Grenadiers. Nice handy upgrade there. Sappers are pursuing the Pioneers here. Going in hard there with their Sten gun Mark IIs. One Pioneer dead. Sappers are taking a lot of damage here though from the Grenadiers here. This is working out surprisingly well here for Charlotte's Grenadiers. Down to just 2 Sappers here. Wow, this is very fortunate here for Charlotte. The Sappers are retreating. Some pretty decent engagements, only lost 1 Pioneer, but able to take out 2 Sappers and a, well, section member there. That is pretty decent there. More section, of course, has arrived. More Grenadiers out, and may just see some MP40s for them. The assault package, yes indeed. Meanwhile, in the southeast here, Dyer has swung around here. Charlotte's mainline going for the fuel point there. Thumbs up. Grenadiers caught a bad spot here by the carve point. So a lot of harassment for both sides, looking to get the drop on the other chap, or chapette in the case of Charlotte. He's being pushed back here by the section. Northeast skirmishing continues. Rifle fire and a bit of revolver fire there. South side here, Grenadiers going to swing up to help deal with the Sappers on the fuel point. Got the MP40 guns, which is the Grenadiers by the northern fuel point. MP40s at the ready. Main submachine gun of the German army, though they would use a variety of other submachine guns. So the PPS-H41 would use in large numbers because, well, they captured a lot of them, and turns out they could sort of use some of the same ammunition for it. So, little fun fact. They also used the Sten gun a lot because, well, that one literally used 9mm Parabellum. And I could even use, I believe, the same magazines as the MP40. So, Sapper charging in, push back here for the Grenadiers and the Pioneers. And of course, he just captured a lot of them as well. From various partisan drops, and of course from British forces. Sappers push forward with a section of Tro. 4th Grenadiers go on the way here for Charlotte. Bit of a different how to go. I mean, double Pioneers definitely, some Grenadiers, but I typically go for machine gun here and then push for Panzer Grenadiers. But certainly if you're looking to go very aggressively, like, 4 Grenadiers with MP40s, definitely is a strategy that works too. That keep in mind, they do tend to scale a bit more awkwardly, so there are some risks involved with this, but this does allow you to get in much more aggressively, faster, and this is the sort of strategy then you go for. Is like, if you want to just fast map control into something otherwise fast, you go for like 4 Grenadiers with MP40s. Question, of course, is, will then be a Luftwaffe Company here, or the Panzer Grenadier Company? Both, of course, viable options for various reasons. Some players like to go for a lot of MP40 Grenadiers into Jaegers, with Panzerschrecks to back them up there, maybe a flat gun, maybe even a Wirbelwind, and then you'll push for Panzers. Some go straight for Panzers, and a few brave spectacular souls go for the Stugs, because they know what is truly good in life. Section called here, veterans run already there. We do also have the training center up, so I would not be surprised if they've already received their training, which of course means they scale extra hard with the veterancy bonuses. Very powerful, that. That is a lot of infantry, and yeah, this is going to become a problem then for the Grenadiers, as this really means they're going to scale poorly against Dirge's infantry section, and for that matter, the sappers, of course, also benefit from it. Section moving forward to the Grenadiers. Theoretically, could of course go here for the infantry officer quarters, that way boost up the pioneers and the Grenadiers a bit faster. That is an option. But with the Pentagon Company here, maybe they're planning a fast Stug, at which point you don't want to slow that down. But maybe after this couple of Stugs are out, you could then go for the infantry officer quarters. We'll have to see. But finally continues here. Section falling back. Low in health. Definitely could do with some healing here though for these men. And maybe a bit of mustache wax. At least they're gaining veterans who won. There's a Fatherland pushing forward for the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division. Which was basically just the 90th Light Infantry Division. Upgraded after North Africa to a Panzer Grenadier Division. Section firing at the Grenadiers. Low on health. Dying up pretty fast. Plus, of course, you got the elevation bonus here, so just need to retreat here. So yeah, definitely need to retreat those. That was a pretty good engagement. The cut-off point was hit there. That is a lot of dead Grenadiers with no losses here, though. Of course, they want to get that cut-off point back, grab the fuel point back here. Good fuel harassment here by Dyer against Charlotte. And the Germans up north here, another significant German infantry force moving forwards. A lot of Grenadiers backed up by a few pioneers. We do get the support elements there, of course, meaning a Stug 3G here, possibly an Iberwerfer. Well, having said that, I don't expect Charlotte to push for a Iberwerfer first. In fact, I don't expect any player to go for that. But some players do like the Iberwerfer. So there we go, ground points here. Minesweepers up, very sensible. In case, of course, the British player lays down any mines. Heading straight for the fuel point again. The victory point. All the way, good harassment there for Dyer. Dirge, not Dyer. Oh, it is Dyer, not Dirge. My apologies. All the way, Dyer there. Could also, of course, pull for some breakthrough and mechanized assault groups. But, you know, there's also the Blitz here, rapid projection, which I think is still bugged. The Blitz, though, is not bugged. That could also be another way to, like, just motorize the infantry here for Charlotte. But that's another story. Close again on that Stug 3G there. The Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung G. Section point to the building here. Worth noting, though, despite everything, we're not actually seeing, like, any upgrades for the sections. Could very well be here that Dyer is awaiting some hints there as to what Charlotte's sort of overall plan is. That said, it does give the Grenadiers more rooms, like, hit them, you know, when there's not, like, any recce sections or anything like that to sort of shoot at them. But it is very well here that Dyer is, like, sort of waiting to see if, like, you know, their opponent might be up to something that might require to tank, or if they just go for a lot of recce upgrades. Pushing forward here with the subs the section here, catch the Grenadiers on the carve point again. Back here we do have the field infirmary up, very good there. No sign of a battle group yet here. Might get some hints here as opposed with the troops reinforcing. You can sort of catch how much they're costing. No hints yet then. But we got the first Stug 3G here on the way for Charlotte. Meanwhile, German forces falling a bit back here. The Grenadiers took a lot of damage. Got the sun and fuel point back, but again, Dyer there, straight for the car point, straight for the fuel harassment. Thumbs up there to Dyer. Excellent infantry play here. Again, my only real complaint continues to be a lack of upgrades. I feel like if you just were to like go for a lot of recce section upgrades right now, even if Charlotte were to like hit him with a relatively fast Stug of Biblebint, he could sort of like go for other option to deal with it. But either way, Stug on the way there for the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division's Panzer Battalion. As Panzer Grenadier Divisions did technically have a Panzer Battalion, but most of the time they'd actually have Stugs in them. And typically it'd actually be the Stug 4 that was used for this purpose. But, you know, Stug 3s could be, of course, be substituted. Who knows, maybe even Hetzers. And sometimes they would actually have Panzers in the Panzer Battalion, but that was pretty rare. Pretty rare. Like, typically it was like after they'd absorbed losses from a, disbanded Panzer Brigade. Or in some cases, because like it happened with the 11th SS Nordland Panzer Division, it was basically because they got a bunch of Panthers that the German army had ridden off and just figured, well, just use them as, static position tanks, and they're actually able to get them running again. Up north here, there's section of the Grenadiers here. A lot of veterans who won here, but again, lack of upgrades here. Definitely give Charlotte's MP40 Grenadiers a bit more to work with against the sections, but there you go, one squad routed. That veterans 1 bonus is really powerful in these sections. Certainly something I'd expect to get nerfed. Some barbed wire here could be there for Charlotte's Pioneer. We got the Stuke here ready with its pin-mounted machine and give out. Grenadiers right up north here. Pushed back. Could soon go for another Stuke as opposed to this rate. There we go, Stuke engaging the Tommies. They are powerless against the might of the Sturmgeschütz. There we go. Drop some poor soul. The machine gun up on the Stuke is like pretty good, but even the main gun has some mild AoE damage there. So if you get a lot of Stukes going, they can actually like make an impact on infantry quite nicely. Up north here, Gunny spotted again, pushed back by the sections. No mercy here from Dyer, though he may want to, of course, connect these northern points to get the munitions flowing so he can start upgrading his sections. Second Stuke on the way here for Charlotte. Sabotaging northwards here. 6 punning on the way to help deal with the Stukes. Not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. Could also, of course, try for Stuarts and try and outflank the Stukes, but that obviously requires a fair bit of courage. But there goes Stuke moving forwards here. Early model. Partly you can tell that from the small rollers here. They'd have a slightly different one later models. But also typically you have the sort of mantle there, with the top blended being more common on later models. And of course there'd be other modifications like a remote controlled machine gun here. And additionally later model Stukes were also more commonly having coaxial machine guns, amongst other things there, so. Anyway, section of the Stuke here, we do have anti-tank rifles up. The Stuke getting hit from the anti-tank gun there, but so far Charlotte is leading quite aggressively thanks to all these MP40 Grenadiers. And again, the lack of upgrades here, as I feel like just Dyer there just did it a bit too much here versus Charlotte in terms of like, you know, resource or, you know, upgrades here. Probably again trying to figure out what's happening before committing, but again, that may also ironically given Charlotte more time to just push ahead with their advantage because, you know, no need to figure out what you're upgrading your Grenadiers with. Do we go for the MP40s, Helmut, or do we go for the MP40s? Yeah, I think we go for the MP40s. Charlotte here, by the way, with a Nebelwerfer. And there's a fun choice. And we got a straight move for the company command post. Some fast foot guards could be a good idea here for Dyer, but otherwise, you know, Matilda's Crusader tanks. Even a 17-pounder gun could be a really nasty choice if there's all these Stugs. Of course, the Nebelwerfer will make the anti-tank gun less slightly look great. Stuke blasting away here. Machine gun gewehr dropping some poor soul there. 6-pounder gun gets great in the Stuke here. Stuke falling back in the face of the advancing sections here. Kicking up a lot of sand there. South here, we got the Gunners section here. Fighting for the northern points. It's not still not upgraded. We got the Nebelwerfer out here with some fairly inaccurate uniforms, as the Germans did not really have, shall I say, those kind of patterns, camouflage uniforms for the winter. I mean, pretty much what that would have been, you know, this basically a winter parka or something similar. So, little note there. Oh, those very nice skins, but, you know, some of the uniforms are fairly inaccurate, unfortunately. Stuke going to push in from the north here. Pretty aggressive push with the Stukes. I like that. There you go, flanking the anti-tank gun, ripping through it. Oh, could do some more infantry support here. We do have the punch, but we can get the Nebelwerfer forwards here. Up north here, Grenadiers have also cleared out the northern beaches here of British, well, influence. Nothing here from the company command post as of yet. Section pushed off the beaches. Really good push here by Charlotte. Nebelwerfer continuing to hold forwards here. Pretty boldly by Charlotte, if anything. And we got a third Stuke. Truly. Person of great character here, Charlotte. Saps around the Grenadiers here. Still not a lot of upgrades on the sections. We do get a Crusader 2 tank here. Not a bad choice. A flanked here with the 6-pounder gun can do a lot of damage to the Stugs. Putting up on the southern beaches. We've got the Nebelwerfer barrage. Straight into the base here. Catching the 6-pounder gun here. Fortunately didn't start bombarding around here for Dyer. And there you go. The 6-pounder crew got, well, cleared out. And the section command post is now on fire. Sir, what is it, Jenkins? The tent's on fire. And, oh, you know, that's bad, isn't it? Oh, I don't have to live there. Oh. Taking a nice hit from the Stokes. Crusader rushing forwards, though definitely will want the 6-pounder gun here. Flank actually bounces off the sidearm of the Stoke. It's pretty lucky there for Charlotte, to put it gently, and the Crusader's trying to outflank 2 Stokes, definitely not working out well there. Exposing himself to a lot of re-hits from the Stokes. Got a shot for the front lineman there, fairly lucky, but yeah, that was, feel like a bit of a desperation move there by Dyer. And I think only risks making the situation more dire once that Crusader gets knocked out here. Charlotte's going to pursue aggressively. Up north here, Stoke with more infantry pushing here, hitting the northern side of the base here. Anti-tank sector from the Sappers, they're fighting back the Grenadiers here. And not a lot of upgrades for the sections. That's really been suffering from a lack of munitions there, because, I mean, really at this point, I do think Dyer should be having a lot more upgraded sections here versus Charlotte. 6-pounder gun they recruit. Crusader acting man to make his way back here towards their own lines. Got the Stooks being repaired. We've got a 4th Stoke on the way for Charlotte. Truly, coming to see is a game of wonders. 4 Stooks. And I think at this point, Charlotte is also planning here for a Tiger heavy tank.
Stoke is reporting for duty.
Crusader there being fixed up. 6-pounder heading northwards. Looks like... Ooh, staying out of sector, but Gunny's got the Stooks pushing forwards. Grab the southern fuel point. We do have 2 anti-tank rifle groups now, so that's an improvement. There's an improvement. Stooks going hard here. With the Maschinen Gewehren. Section 10 here from south sides against Charlotte Sturmgeschütz, which, without infantry support, they're definitely a bit of a top spot. Do we have to be careful there? We've got the Crusader pushing forwards against an upgrade. Sappers setting out. Up north here, more Stooks attacking in here, splitting into groups of 2. Not a bad idea tactically. Crusader's going to go hard for it, flanking the Stooks, shot bounces. Section push back for the Grenadiers here. ODS has done in front of the Stooks, not good here for the Crusader, not good at all. In the southeast, Stooks bombarding, got flanked with anti-tank rifles on the Stoke here in the south. Crusader up north here, makes a bad move, gets Pantherfaust and is now kaput. Excellent killer for Charlotte. 6-pounder gun there, providing some support. The Grenadiers get wiped. That's definitely helpful there for Dyer. It makes it harder here for Charlotte to exert map control, because right now the map control situation is definitely looking pretty bad for the British. Got another Nebelwerfer barrage here from Charlotte. Note Nebelwerfer's barrel were generally not part of any division organically. They were actually independent assets attached wherever they were needed. Also worth noting, there's actually a variety of Nebelwerfers, including ones that are much larger than this. I think flying rockets are twice as large. Fun fact. He's been caught here by the section as they push forward. He's got the Stoke bombarding. Getting caught in a crossfire between a lot of Stokes. That is definitely bad news for the infantry. Good news for Deutschland. Got 6-pounder on the flying way. Bounces, unfortunately, for Dyer. Sand is stained red with the blood of countless Englishmen and a few Germans. And there you go, foot guards out here. Those, I think, will be crucial here for Dyer's chance to make back here. Both good against the Grenadiers, but of course also going to be a threat to the Stooks as long as, you know, they don't run in front of them too easily. The southeast Stoke can push back the 6-pounder gun here. We see a bit more of a counterattack now here from Dyer in the 1st Infantry Division. As they're finally able to bring up some of the more elite reserves. And definitely should go for more of them, I think. I also really think that many Stooks, a 17-pounder gun could be a pretty good investment. And we got a full Stoke platoon here. A Stoke Zug. With a total of 5 of them. Of course, that they've been part of the Stoke batteries. Or Stoke... Yeah, that would have probably called a battery. Due to that being artillery organization. Fun fact. The south here, section pushing forward, taking his flank from several sides. Got the Stoke bombarding, got the foot guards here going for the Stoke. Got a point-blank blast. Ooh, that was kind of lucky there. It wasn't actually... That is for Dyer. It didn't get worse, because that one can, you know, really rip for infantry. Easily one of my favorite abilities. But yeah, Charlotte here with infantry running a bit short now. It's running issues with map control, but also I think the addition of the foot guards is another issue here. Grenadiers, oh, gets away there with a tiny sort of health up north. We're seeing some better progress from the British. Stooks pushing forward, though, with a lack of infantry support, it's a bit more risky. The 5th Stoke here, hanging back there for some repairs. Anti-tank rods flying away there. More anti-tankers of the regular kind, the 6-pounder guns. Again, I do think foot guards at this stage would be better, in part because it would allow Dire to shift the advantage infantry-wise, I think, much harder here versus Charlotte. And I think Charlotte right now, if loses the infantry, would actually be in a pretty bad spot. Until they're trying to go for the Tiger tank, as they would have a very hard time replacing it. Up north, Duke's pushing forwards. Assaulting in the one position, the samples are just sent screaming away there. Good lord! I never thought the Germans would take it literally when they call them assault guns! 6-pounder guns enter tanks heading southwards, Duke's backing off here. North of the Duke's pushing forwards for Deutschland. Got the foot guards on the move, veteran 2-1. There we go, got 2 shots here. Doing a fair bit of damage into the Duke. Hold down, but again, see the 2 rockets almost down to like half health here. That's partly also the veterancy bonus, which increases the damage, I believe, of the bazookas as well here. Hold down provides a bit of benefit here for the Stokes, but only so much. Foot guards being pushed back in the southeast, Stokes pushing forwards. Explosives, a lot of damage. Chom's going on here, knocked out. Looks like those Charlotte narrowly able to maneuver the Stokes to safety. A really close call there for Charlotte. Both Stokes almost getting knocked out here. Really close call. Incredibly close call. Very lucky there for Charlotte. But that also means right now they're pretty much forced off the field here, as a good part of the Duke fleet of Charlotte here right now is pretty much bound for the repair pool. Meaning the infantry has to carry the fight, and that gives more room for, you know, Dire's foot guards to do more damage. And certainly more foot guards right now would be very bad news. Maybe Matilda as well. We'll have to see. But again, 17-pounder gun could also be an excellent choice. Duke's being repaired here up north. Hicklin's been caught here by this section. Veterans defeated, by the way. Which with that veteran doing bones can actually really rip through those grenades as they close in. And of course, yeah, in the foot guards. And Charlotte very wisely pulls back the grenades rather than having them wiped out. Start side of your section pursuit by the grenades as well. Duke's pushing in. As a Fazland, we got a lot of sections about there. I think 4 sections total. For Dire, maybe just 3. Then the foot guards. Looks to be 3, but then 3 anti-tank guns. I really feel like all of these anti-tank guns are a bit of a liability with the Nebula about, at least the way that Dire bunches them up like that. And I feel like just going for more foot guards here would be a much wiser choice. Duke's pushing forwards here. Point blank shots, of course, could spell a lot of problems here for Dire and the 1st Infantry. Got the 6-pounder guns there bunching up. Really risky here, considering the Nebula is really risky. Basically A-moving them like it's Code 2. But that's definitely not quite as sufficient a strategy as it was in Code 2, thank the heavens. North, the anti-tank section with the Stooks, got the foot guards pulling forwards. Almost got one Stook there. Charlotte there, they're also getting ever closer to the Tiger tank. Almost got one of the Stooks here, foot guard second man loss here. And just since we're retreating here, it makes a lot of sense. But Dire is starting to get back on the field. It's starting to make a bit of a comeback here versus Charlotte once more again. The move towards the Tiger tank is causing Charlotte's line to slack a bit off, but also the loss of that one Grenadier squad also really negates a lot of the map control Charles exert here.
They are securing our capture point.
And we got here a Matilda tank here on the way for Dire. Still could upgrade that remaining section if he has the munitions. Grab the victory point here, pushing for the sun victory point. Anti-tank is just blasting away to home to get lucky. There you go, got the Matilda 2 out, backed up by the foot guards.
Victory point lost.
Got the victory point here, trying to fight for Northern as well. There we got the Stooks being fixed up. Matilda 2 the rolling forwards here through the beaches. The Beach Queen. Sappers here probably need to get out there before they get wiped out. Actually, that might be too late. Yeah, Dire forgot about them, and the situation for the Sappers became quite dire now. Also, Charlotte is not far away from the Tiger tank, and he's about to get wiped out, though. And I'd say a Sapper squad for a Grenadier squad is pretty good here, because it, in particular, it really minimizes the map control Charlotte can affect here. So also, all victory points control here of Dire, really decent push here, even though it came with some risks. And Tiger tank's now available here, 400 504th Schwere Panzerabteilung providing support here with a Tiger tank under Hauptmann Hans Otto Weber. Niebler barrage off here, clearing up one of the anti-tank on cruise here. Got the grenadiers moving forward, or holding line. We've got the artillery moving forwards, backed up here with the foot guards. He's being splattered out there on the ground. The Matilda's doing impressive damage here. But need to be careful here with the Matilda. Very careful. And Dyer is anything but careful, it would appear. Don't worry, lads. It's not like they got a Tiger tank. Oh, balls. And not on there, there's a Tiger tank on the flank, backed up by a couple of Stoogs here. And of course, Blitzkrieg. So the Tiger tank can just keep pace here more easily and just keep on rate of fire. The foot guards are forgotten here, but the victory point need to treat them. I think Dyer's trying to keep all the folks in the Matilda, and it just leaves the foot guards to be massacred by the two Blitzkrieging Stoogs here. Oh no, this is horrific or great depending on your perspective here. That's a Matilda and a foot guard squad gone. Anti-tank on wiped by the Tiger tank. This is absolutely disastrous for Dyer. This is a glorious German Panzer assault. We got 20 tankers left. Stu goes down. Stu kaputt. But Charlotte keeps up the assault here. The Stoogs keep pushing forward for Deutschland. Deutschland! Stu kaputt. Down to just 3 Stoogs on a Tiger tank. Stu getting flanked by the anti-tank rifle. Tiger tank absorbs most of the fire. Tiger tank clears out there. One of them with a fused shot. A time fused shot here. Stu's playing around here. About to get knocked out. Nebelwerfer barrage. Another Stu goes up in flames. The carnage is incredible. Sections being torn asunder there. Absolute carnage. And Charlotte keeps up the offensive even as Dyer gets ready for a desperate last stand inside of his own base against a massed German armored assault here. Over 200 tons of German armored steel came crashing down upon him. Good God, you'd never see something like that in Companies 2. That was glorious. Absolutely brutal though. There we go. More foot guards. Very good. Very good. Tiger tanks being pulled back here by Charlotte. Your partner throwing away good Stoogs, or for that matter, good Tiger tank. And that was absolutely brutal. So many losses. Also got a bazooka left behind there. Hey, Otto, pick up that bazooka. Why does it me? Well, you know. Because you're the one with the biggest teeth and the ugliest claws. You're wearing uniforms. Well, it makes them look bad. Tiger tank closer at T2. North foot guards pushing in and backed up with the section here. Grenadiers that infantry fought back. But the lack of infantry is definitely starting to become a bit of a liability for Charlotte. Just 2 grenadier squads against the opponent with at least more than that. I mean, there's still, 3 sections and the foot guards here, though I think all the sappers have pretty much died out here. That armored assault was pretty much just an extinction event for the sappers. Tiger tank there being fixed up. Rushing the Pioneers on that one. Thumbs up here. Stu's obviously could also do the repairs. We got a Panzer Company. Interesting choice here at this stage. Not bad. Yeah, I definitely think Charlotte at this point needs more infantry, and I think for Dyer, a 17-pounder gun or some more foot gun would be good. Here we got another Nebula barrage off here. Where are the rockets going? Oh, they're up north. I was like expecting Charlotte to bombard the base here, but they're bombarding the northern field point. Go, Stoogs also being fixed up. Now split the Pioneers. Panzer Company almost down here for the 90th Panzer Grenadier Division. Crusader tank again. Interesting choice there. Saying like, the Tiger tank. Up north there. Can these charge through the foot guards here? And they're Thompsons, and then they quickly assign to the other places to be. Unsurprisingly. Should definitely upgrade that Crusader tank there with the 6-pounder gun. 244, 170. I mean, Dyer's really doing quite well considering everything. Definitely stage a fairly nice comeback. He's just being pummeled apart. He just, again, virtually 3 sections with a Veterans 1 bonus. And the training there just absolutely just melted those guns. Even with the anti-tank rifles, they just become so accurate as well there. Kinda nuts. Anyways, ground the points here. Foot guards moving northwards as well. Yeah, more foot guards. Another 6-pounder gun. I really feel like a 17-pounder gun at this stage would make a lot more sense here for Dyer. Tiger push forward here. 6-pounder gun. Not 6-pounder gun, just 2-pounder gun of the Crusader tank. That's the Tiger tank. Somehow got a shot through the side armor. Actually got a penetrating shot for the front armor as well there. Technically speaking, a Crusader tank against the front armor Tiger tank would have like literally no chance of ever getting a penetrating shot in there. Up north, England is pushing forwards. England is standing about here. And Mech and assault group lined up here. Nebelwerfer barrage off again. Bombarding here once more the positions of Dyer and the 6-pounder guns. Crusader tank need repairs, but lacking any sappers. It becomes a bit difficult for him to repair. Far up north, England is easily pushed back with the foot guards and the anti-tank section there. Tiger tank wants receiving repairs. Stukes, that's ready. Crusader moving forwards.
All crews, Blitzkrieg is now in effect. Advance.
Oh dear. Charlotte's with another Blitzkrieg offensive here. Stuk, Tiger tank charging in, though. Of course, the lack of infantry does limit, I think, the potential in there. Goes straight ahead into the 6-pounder guns. Once more, and the anti-tank rifles. Charlotte is fearless. I believe in the power of the Blitzkrieg. Section edges being absolutely mauled here with the Stukes and the Tiger tank. And we had another time few shot there, and there you go. Section number 2 is about to get wiped out. We got artillery called in there as well. Is it a perimeter watch? No, it's airburst shells. I think he's just trying to like cause Charlotte to retreat. And there you go, the other section got wiped. Oh no. Now, Dyer's situation is truly dire. He's down just 1 section and 1 foot guards and an anti-tank and a damaged Crusader. There's the opponent with 2 Stukes, a Tiger tank, and at least some infantry. Plus the pun, he's Nebelwerfer. He's actually going for sappers now. Very good. Stuk pushing forwards. 6-pounder holding forwards here. We got a Sturmpanzer for Charlotte. Finally got the Crusader Mark III here. Bit late to the party though. One to tank found the Stuk. Crusader's about to get knocked out here. Got Osher there with the bazooka. Tiger tank there, halfway to Vetsy 3 and the glorious ace level there. Got the Sturmpanzer out there, also with the Night Fighter skin, which includes also some night equipment there on top. I don't think they would actually equip the Sturmpanzer with that. The only ones that I think they were used with the Panther. Still, it is a neat detail, I guess. Tiger tank being pushed back. Far up north here, foot guards falling back. Now the Nebelwerfer barrage here from Charlotte. Once we're going to look to soften up here the positions of Dyer. So many anti-tank guns. I'm a bit surprised that he never gone for like the training for the anti-tank guns then, considering all the anti-tank guns. I mean, that would, help them more once they get more veterancy as well. So, bit of an odd choice there. But then again, it's just the major argument. Should he really be keeping on pushing out anti-tank guns when they're just going to get Nebelwerfer and cleared up with a few shot there? Like, the Tiger tank is definitely doing its part as a breakthrough tank, just wrecking through the anti-tank guns, which was very much part of the whole Tiger tank. So there, go anti-tank in there. Straight ahead into the spearhead here of the assault. Blitzkrieg again. 2 thumbs up. Sturmpanzer, Tiger tank, Stukes. Deutschland. Anti-tank and Crusader tanks fire here from the bazookas and tank right there. Dust falls back. The Tiger tank takes an intense amount of damage. Sturmpanzer bombarding. Massive shell there. Crusader explodes. Sturmpanzer there, absorbing the hits there. Another massive shell there, right into the midst of the Allied troops. The foot guards just back off. They're heavily damaged. 6-pounder gun landing good into the Sturmpanzer. Might try and recruit the 6-pounder gun here. Yup, Sturmpanzer shoots, wipes the crew as soon as they touch it. Just a carpet of dead British soldiers. Sturmpanzer somehow surviving that, falling back here. 251 half-track here with Starstorming called in. Also with the Night Fighter skin there, looks very nice actually. Also looks very nice. Thumbs up to that one. Picks up the Ace Tiger tank there, 28 kills. Anti-tank to move through the south here.
The enemy is down to 100 points.
Sappers on the move here, foot guards heading northwards. Feel like more foot guards will still be a very good investment here for Dyer. We got 186 versus 85. I mean, somehow Dyer is still in this despite the otherwise. Well, Dyer's using the Starstrom mount here. Also a bit inaccurate uniforms. Again, the pattern is basically wrong.
Enemy down to 75.
They're more likely to run around with a Parker with that, you know, cover on the helmet. And turning into an ambulance.
You need a heavy panzer?
6-pound guns went in the south.
Ability ready for you, Commander.
Storm Panzer there, hold back. Apparently lost its night fighting equipment there.
50 points. Awaiting orders, Commander.
Sappers moving forwards here. And they get... I mean, they get executed. That was just nothing short of an execution there.
Victory point.
In Norfolk, apparently, if you keep the troops side, then you can still use a transport. That's got to be a bug there. Oh well. In Norfolk's here. Up North guns going for the northern pump. We've got the foot guards defending here. Those veteran units absolutely need to get out of there before the foot guards just annihilate them. We've got the half moving in there with the Starstrom and the veteran grenadiers. It's the MP40s. Got Gurkhas out. An interesting choice here. Again, I think it, at this point, really feels like it makes more sense just for more foot guards here. I mean, they cost almost the same, but they do start with the submachines and they get the bazookas. So I'm not entirely sure what the logic is. I think I'd like if he should have gone for Gurkhas, you've been a match soon here to like further push an advantage versus all these MP40 grenadiers when he could have. There you go. Starstorm going to be in here. Foot guards quickly pulling up behind heavy cover. The Starstorm, the grenadiers are definitely having an impact there. Lasing away with that MG42, the G43s. Down a half level on the foot guard. But there you go. Tiller called in here.
We should spend our...
Pointing their arse back towards the half track. There we go. Massive fountains of blood. There's the airburst shells. Just ripped the German infantry apart there. Southie Armoured there being repaired up. Almost good to go for another potential assault here against Dyer.
Nothing wrong with marching the rest of the way. Right?
Popping out here. It's the Starstorm, but yeah. But just been like, you know, fully wiped down both helmet and the uniform there. Just a quick note there. Just a quick note. You know, something much more similar to this. After setting out. Pushing forwards. Looks like we're going to look at another Blitzkrieg assault here. Possibly a pincer attack with a half-track forming up a northern assault element here. Pretty bold. But there goes into the 6-pounder guns here. Still no sign of training there, I think. Maybe there was. Actually, the Titan did take a lot of damage here. But there you go. Cleared up with a few shots there. Wrecking both anti-tank guns. Up north, their half-track cleared out. Starstorm guns there. We got perimeter watch. They're being caught in artillery zone here amidst the trees. Pretty bad news there for Charlotte's men. They need to get out of there before they get murdered. Meanwhile, the southern assault column keeps up the assault straight into the British base here. Machine gun nests there being ripped asunder here. There you go. Kaput. The assault is underway here. Foot guards are flanking here. Could use the veteran's one ability here, by the way. Doing a lot of damage to Betty too. Couple of rockets having to bounce. There you go. Sturm Panzer targeting there, ripping for the foot guards. Targeting it. Oh, foot guards wiped. You got to the north. You got 41 to 133 here. The Gurkhas and the Sappers push in here. Chaos reigns, ladies and gentlemen. Sturm Panzer going for the section command post here. And the Ace Tiger just keeps up the carnage. 45 kills. Nebelwerfer seized by the Sappers. What on earth? What on God's green earth? Going for the base of the Sturm Panzer. The Tiger beam with the troops being pulled back. Platoon command post down. Second Vine inside those base, but the TIE tank Sturm Panzer as well here. Almost wiping out the entire lot. Another nuclear barrage, but this time it's from the British on the Germans. Catching Charlotte's troops. They're in a needle barrage. Starston pushing south. We got 88 versus 41. More Gurkhas out there. Section being murdered there in their numbers outside of Dyer's base headquarters. They're just dying there, begging for someone to let them in there. Please, sir, can't we come inside? No. It might ruin the carpets. What? Good man. At this point, it kinda looks a bit game over. There goes the company command post as well here. And the headquarters would appear to be next here for the wrath of Deutschland. He actually got a Pentagon on the way. There's sadly no armored side skirts here. Would have been a nice addition. North Grenadiers pushing back the section of the Gurkhas. Grenade assault here. 68 versus 35. Headquarters there being absolutely pummeled. Everything here that Charlotte can bring to bear. And there you go. GG. Game over. A loss here for the British Empire. Victory for Germany. It was fairly close there by the end, but I feel like Dye just at times made some crucial strategic mistakes, like, you know, not upgrading them in sooner. Obviously, get the deal wanting anti-tank weapons in case of, say, Stooks, but at the same time, I think that he just pushed out, like, push back Charlotte's infantry sooner. There might have been some, you know, greater options as the match went on. Also, like a foot guards, I think. Plus, some unfortunate events like that Matilda and the foot guards, they're just getting absolutely slaughtered. In particular, the foot guards could have just been saved. And I think a failure to build up enough foot guards here, I think, were some things that really hurt Dye. But even then, he was kind of close there. Charlotte, meanwhile, suffered some unfortunate losses, didn't replace them in time. And again, had Dye seized upon this, I think Charlotte's situation would certainly been a lot less clear. But still, quite an exciting match. It only highlights how many Stooks you can get in Company 3 and have a glorious time with it. It's only showed off the power of the Tiger tank as well, yeah. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell enemies. You can also support the Propagandacaster by donating or pledging on Patreon. Links are in the description. So cheers everyone, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.